Well, hey guys. I wish I had a mic for this. I'm going to have to talk a little quietly, but because I'm at an interesting spot out in Franklin, Tennessee, and this is a private collector's collection, and they're hosting a bit of an event here. It's a political event, which is not really my scene, but the cars, that's my scene. So, yeah. I'm just going to walk around. I'm going to film what I see and talk about it and come along. I mean, man, this is just... I've been to some pretty impressive museums, but this is pretty awesome. So, okay, I'm going to turn the camera around. I'll just be talking and we'll go from there.
The first thing I'm walking on is this Cadillac. Eldorado Deluxe, I believe it is, a 57. One of only a very few made. A lot of far out custom stuff from back in the day. Full stainless steel, brushed stainless steel roof. Yeah, if you thought the DeLorean did it first, you're wrong. Because here it is, right here. So, yeah, you can't go to your local GM dealer and pick up a replacement one of those. So, but this place is... Now, this is what you can see. This is barn one, I'll tell you. And, I mean, the camera's just not reaching. Yeah, only got all 16. Now, don't quote me on the years. I'm kind of guessing a little bit on some of the stuff, but I think that's about a 63 or 4 Cadillac convertible, obviously. We've got some Chevy Novas. I'm just going to walk. Just walk with me, guys. This is not a bad view. Not a bad view. Obviously, the ones that tickle my fancy, I'll stop at. There's a Galaxy convertible over there. We'll walk up and down the rows, but, man, I could run out of battery before I get this all in. And these cars are in exceptional shape. There's no projects here that I've seen. None at all. Look at some of the memorabilia stuff he's got. If it's complete shop. Hey, they're faux shop things, but yeah. This is just a guy's private playground. This is not, he doesn't, like it's not, $10 to get in or $20 to get in. This is his own private little playground. And I use the word little very loosely. This is just... Look at this. 57 Nomad. Colour. That is gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous. What a deep... I'm just going to show up on camera like it does in real life, but this is gorgeous. Full custom interior. Wow. Man, it's just... It's just perfect. It is... 58. Delray. Delivery, sedan delivery, yep. Got some SS big block Chevelles over here. Fun, like 1, 2, 3, 4 convertibles. I mean, what's better than 3 SS Chevelle convertibles? Oh, 4. That's what's better. 59 hardtop, 59 convertible, very low 60 convertible. So it's kind of cool. The owner of this setup is clearly not all about being stock standard, as you can tell by the ride height on this one. It is very, very low. So it's all grouped into years and makes, and first gen Camaro, second gen Camaro, some Pontiac. Slab side Lincoln here that actually, well, I think this is the closest I've seen so far to a project, because it doesn't have the hood on it. But look at this. I mean, yeah, that's like it's brand new. Got the big wheels on. I'd say I'm sold on the colour scheme, but you know, if you wanted to loan it to me for a weekend, I wouldn't say no. Oh, what have we got here? This is a custom. This is a 63 Impala with what looks like a Starliner roof on it, if I'm not mistaken. That's a car I have not seen before. I think it's a Starliner roof. What I can tell you without any shadow of a doubt is it's not a 63 Impala roof. But that is... yeah. Yeah. Tractors in the background, or a hot rod tractor. Got a flathead V8 in it. Big old stacks. I mean, if you own a tractor, you might as well own one like that, right? '64 Impala, 67, 67. Yeah, I think it's a 67. Whew. Oh, this is a treat. Well, they're doing all their politicking at the far end of the building, which they can have. I'm not getting into that. Oh, here's a little Falcon, which they're kind of dear to my heart. Oh, factory 4-speed. Now, this is a very pretty car. Assume it's a V8. But that's a very nice car. 64 Fairlane, hardtop. Buick G, what are these? Turbo. 3.8 turbo GNX. What was the GNX, I think? Not a lot of badges. Grand National. Oh, this is nice. A GS Buick? Yeah, Buick. That is a very nice car. I'm sure that's the real deal. My cousin back in New Zealand's got one of these, which I organised for him, which is a clone. It's a very close, it's a very good clone. But this one's the real deal. Center console, bucket seats. Hey, bunch of Cougars. Thunderbirds. 64 Riviera. Nice. Another Buick GS. That's about a 64, I'd say. Monte Carlo SS. This is like the Monte Carlo section. Yeah. Okay. There's some GTOs. Well, this one you kind of got to look at. Very nicely presented car, but seriously? Was that a factory colour? I mean, what was the design team thinking? That's not a pretty car, but a pretty car. Again, I wouldn't kick it to the curb at all. Well, Mustangs over there to my right, and have to come back and have a quick look at those, of course. Yeah. This is GTOs. A Judge, genuine Judge. That's about a 64 GTO. And the first of them. Was that one again? Yeah. One of the first of them, I believe. What motors are they? Gorgeous cars. Four-speed car. Four-speed car. Yep, we'll come back to the Mustangs. Smokey and the Bandit. Trans Am. And this just pristine condition. New Trans Ams.
Hey, Tony, I might head back.
Yeah, this is a lot to look at. Pontiac Grand Prix.
These two I have to
Look at the Cadillac. Oh yeah. There's a Ford Alley. A collection of Galaxies. Oh, there's Mercury Monterey. This is cool. This, I've not seen one of these before. That is. Sorry, we'll just have to walk around this junky old gas pump here. Mercury Monterey convertible. And the Galaxies you see around. Don't see many of these. Yeah. Well, that's a bit of me. We've got the Lopan, we've got Christine over there. We'll come back to that. You just have to wait a bit. Yeah, see, this is a Starliner roof, which that looks to me a little like that one on the Impala over there. I think it's a Starliner. Yes. A lot of cars. A lot of cars. This one's a Starliner. Yeah. Some Mopars. Wonder how many 426 Hemis are here. I'm gonna bet there's a few. Have to change hands holding the camera. Try to keep my finger out of the lens. Oh, yep. That's what everybody wants to see. Who doesn't want that badge on the hood of their camera? I'm not sure what this is. This is GT500, but it seems to be a mashup of old and new. Don't think Ford produced this. This is Some kind of a custom. It's a later model Mustang roof. Put some different sheet metal on it. There's a Shelby. Fill me in the comments, guys. I'm really not 100% sure what I'm looking at here. But this is a little different. That's a bit more traditional looking late model Mustang. That is not. It's a custom. He's got a lot of custom cars here. I knew I was coming to look at a big collection. I was assuming that it would be mainly stock, but he's got a good share of custom stuff here. So I know some of you go on who the collector is, but that's he's relatively well known, but that's not for me to say. So you can ask them. I'm sure some of you will ask in the comments, but because of political allegiances and all that kind of fun stuff, I'm just going to stay right out of that stuff. 428. So it is a private collection, and it is invite only, and I've been lucky enough to get an invite, and I'm hoping they don't throw me out for filming. But in the meantime, I'm gonna share with you a little Saturday morning treat. Barracuda. Oh, 340S. It's going to make it a fairly rare car. I bet you that's a 4-speed. Yes, indeed. Barracuda Fastback. Another 340S car. I mean, just look at what's going on in the background. I mean, just the whole atmosphere in this place is quite something. Some nice Thunderbirds. And keep in mind, we're now like halfway through Barn 1. I mean, that's, Torino, that's about a 71, I think. Convertible. Well, it's not everyone's first choice. It's a Cobra Jet. 4-speed. Gorgeous colour. Yeah, it's a gorgeous car. This is the Torino hardtop, very reminiscent of the Aussie XB Falcon Coupe, XA, XB, XC Falcon Coupes, which I do think Ford Australia borrowed some of that styling from these guys, especially that rear quarter. And you, my Aussie viewers, you're gonna see that. Tell me that's not like an XABC Falcon. Cougar convertible. An XR7. It's kind of it's next level when you're looking at a car like this, as gorgeous as this, and you go, Oh, it's not an XR7. Huh. We're kind of in rarefied air up here. And, yeah. So, yeah, we've got music coming on. It's going to be a pain in the butt with YouTube, but yes, we can do. I might have to cut the sound out at this point. We'll see what YouTube think about it all. Mercury Comet, that's about a 65-ish. What model Comet is it? Yeah, did a 64 quite a few years back at my shop, and it was very similar to this. A little bit of different treatment on the lights and the tail lights, but basically that car. Ooh, what have we got over here? What is different about this picture, guys? We've got a 57 Chevy front, kind of. A little bit of Corvette mixed in. With the windshield off of a looking late model Corvette. And as you can see in the mirror, that is 59 Impala rear. That's I'll be honest, not really my cup of tea, but I can appreciate the craftsmanship in it. The craftsmanship is very, very evident. This is very well put together. I mean, look at the doors. That is not, that's not a one-day job to make that door. That's got the inside of a Corvette door, but it looks to be. I mean, yeah, the outside is one of a kind, I'd say. It's got shades of a 58 and 59. That's pretty cool. They even got a hatchback in it. $789. You have no idea what that refers to. Seems a very big number for cubic inches. So, yeah, your guess is as good as mine, guys. There's some later model Corvettes. You can tell by how much time I'm spending on those, how much I like those. Here's a late model Corvette made to look like a 64, 67 Corvette. And here's another one, similar, and yet another one with a 54 type front end and a late model Corvette platform. That's the same thing. The windshield's the big giveaway. And there's like a 58 Corvette on a late model chassis, platform. And a bunch more Corvettes. Corvettes as far as my vision would take me. Nice dart swinger. Unusual colour combo. The teal, blue green and the light green. Wonder if that was a factory colour combo. If it is, it might make it a one of one. Got the green interior. The monster tag in it, which doesn't really fit for me, but it's alright. GTS. Automatic car. Yeah, this one will be right up Tony's alley. Okay. Wonder if that trim there is factory. I really don't. Mm. Yeah, pick your favourite car out of this bunch. Yeah. It's too confusing. That model Charger, is it? Clearly this guy doesn't have a favourite car, because he's got so many. Chargers. More Corvettes. BC Special Edition, whatever that is. 69. This is a pretty cool. This is a custom. Look at the interior. Look at the back seat in there. So, you really wouldn't feel left out riding in the back of this, would you? You got relegated to the back seat. 240. Has he got a split window on his collection? I'm not seeing a split window. Maybe I just haven't looked at it enough yet. Oh, yeah, there it is. Split window. He'd have to have a split window, wouldn't he? This is a very valuable car. 4-speed. And one thing I really don't think shows on camera is just how spotless these cars are. One of the things that, doing what I do, I can be a bit critical. You go to a car show and you go, oh, they didn't quite do that right, and they didn't quite do that right. I'm not seeing any of that here. Not at all. 67 Charger, 66 or 7. With the nice wheels. What we got here? Dodge Polara convertible. No, like, yeah, fascinates me with these mopeds. It's like, look at that piece of trim there. Yeah. That's not a cheap piece to make, and it's there strictly for decoration. Strictly decoration. But they didn't care back then. It was all about them looking. They had to go, you know, like hell, but they had to be pretty, just stylish. Wow, this is amazing. Alright, lots of mopeds. Coronets, RTs.
I know I'm looking.
Not too many 318 four-door sedans here. It's a face only a mother could love, isn't it? That one's not much better. Well, hey, you know, everybody likes what they like and don't like what they don't like. So don't take, if you do like those cars, don't take it personally. It's just my observation for, you know, for what it's worth, which is what it's worth. What's this one? Super Bee. Plymouth Prowler. Reverse leg short, that is. Not even going to walk over to find out. Oldsonville corner. Overville 442. W30. Oh, should have bought Marge out and parked it by this one. Yeah. This is a bit of me. Do you think this is the exact model of Prestige? Alright, we're going to head over to shed 2. Got a few trucks over here. G100. Eat your heart out, Dr. Art. Bronco. Jeep Wagoneer. Looks a lot like it's had a roof chop, I would say. But subtle enough to not look. Yeah, look at this. Look at the side of the back window. It's definitely had a roof chop. But it's quite nicely balanced. It's not too chopped. That's just right, in my opinion. Look, just, you know, these are curtains covering. Obviously, that's a semi-private area behind these. But these are printed curtains there. It's very cool. This is obviously the baby shed. This is about half the size. Nice transport. It's an extended, like an extra cab F100. They've added a couple of doors to it. I'm guessing they would be looking like that back one's probably a reversed hinge. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Not really enough room for sitting anyone in the back, but they've got a badass stereo and big speakers kicking in the back there. Yeah, that's pretty slick, that extra cab. El Camino Utes, what's that, about a 60 F100? Now, Dr. Art, hopefully you're watching this. Dodge G100, this is an early one, this is early 60s. But Dr. Art, just in a few more weeks you'll have Big Richard looking just like this. Small window, which I believe is a slightly more desirable one. It's very slick, very smooth. Massive tubs in the back. Yeah, pretty big rubber under the back. And definitely not the beam axle front suspension in it. I can't really get, I'm not going to get that on the ground and lay down to try and see what that is, but I know from the right height there's no way that's a Dodge beam axle under there. So, your semi-stock Chevy trucks. More El Caminos. El Caminos. El Camino. The 59's probably my favourite Chevy Chevy Ute pickup truck. And that is very nice one. Gorgeous colours too. 57 Ford Ranchero. Another interesting colour scheme. And 70, late 70s Ranchero. Massive truck. It fascinates me, the overhang. You see where the front wheel is and just how much front fender is in front of the front wheel. Right. A lot. It's probably 2 feet from the front of the very front edge of the tyre to the centre of the bumpers. Yeah, that's an easy 2 feet. And the length of the hood. I like the earlier 70s Rancheros myself. But that's a pretty good looking truck. Oh, Dodge A100. It's got the shifter on the dash, like Big Richard's one. A lot of checker plate. I call it checker plate. I'm not sure what you guys call it. Laying down under, they call it checker plate. And the Volkswagen. How many windows is that? That's a 23 or 20 something window. But Combi over there. The one with push out front windows. Hey man.
What'd you think?
Yeah. And I'm back. I just had to have a little chat with the guy who was nice enough to invite me out to this. My daughter's going to fall in love with this one. She loves these old combi buses. We call them combis. What do you guys call them? Microbuses. So, pretty cool. Nice 32. So much to look at. So much to look at. Now he's OBS truck. Kevin's watching this. That's Kevin and I have been doing. Kevin over at Paintucation has been doing a little bit of work on Vice-Grip Garages. One of these. It's probably going to be just as nice as this, I'd say. A little bit more older stuff. A bit of a ZZ Top look to this one. Just for a bit of variety. We've got a nice old Harley here. Don't know anything about it. I'm sure that's custom. I don't imagine those fenders were like that from the factory, but my knowledge on Harley Davidson really extends to I know how to spell Harley Davidson. That's about as far as it goes. And that's on a good day. Nice. 30s trucks. 30s, maybe 40. Cab open. COE. This is pretty slick. Wow. Not a lot of room inside, but not a lot. Man, that would be tight in there for me. Look at the bed. Wow. Gorgeous bed. Now, what have we got here? The Kaiser. Huh. Vehicle I've never seen before. Got the split windshield. That is... I don't know what that looked like to start with, but I'm guessing that's had a roof job. The wheel arches, I don't know. They don't look particularly stock, but I don't know. I really don't know. It's definitely custom. Even there's no mistaking that it's a Kaizen when you go around the back of it. Gas tank in the bed. That's really different. That is really different. Kind of cool. You could easily spend a day here. Dodge, early Dodge. No, that's not the butterfly hood one, or if it was, it's been welded into a one piece. Some of those had the hinge down the middle and the sides of the hoods lifted up. I called them a butterfly hood. Yeah, these are all high-end cars, my friends. High-end cars. Studebaker. Studebakers are a cool truck. Possibly not the prettiest truck they ever made, but different, you know? Not just another Ford truck or another Chevy truck. It's different. Oh, Chevy, it's like 57? Somewhere around there. Don't be upset if I get my years wrong. Now, what have we got over here? This is British. Got to be British. This is some sort of a Rolls Royce or Bentley or something like that. And sure enough, that would be a B for Bentley. With a Viper motor in it. Okay. This definitely falls into the custom category. Bentley with a Viper, a two-door Bentley. It's just that makes it fairly rare, I would think. Two-doors weren't... That's if it was originally a two-door, of course. Two-doors weren't... America loves its two-door cars. The Europeans, Aussies and Kiwis, you know, they love their four-door cars. But that is wildly different. Got a real oyster pearl paint job on it. Fairly big tyres under the rear. You don't see that every Saturday at your Cars and Coffee, do you? It's pretty cool. Cadillac convertible. What's that, a 53-ish, 52, somewhere around there. Even the tonneau cover is leather. Yeah, what the size of a Dagmar is in this thing? Not terribly pedestrian friendly. Super woody. Nice 53 Chevy. 53 or 4. Steve will kill me if I get that wrong. He's the guru on these ones. That's bright. Okay, you all know what this is. These are. Can't really call yourself a hot rodder if you don't recognise a 55 Chevy, can you? Something missing from here? There's barely a convertible. Some nice old Mopars over there. We'll get to them. If you're still hanging on with me, we haven't got far to go. We're through most of this collection. Oh, this is gorgeous. I like this. Ford Victoria. I like the colour scheme on that one. Yeah, what have we got over here? This is a, yeah, okay, I'm grasping at the straws here. I honestly don't know. A bit of a Ford flavour to the front. I'm going to take a guess here and say that's not the stock windshield. That's a custom, no doubt. And what have we got here? 55-ish Oldsmobile. Another nice colour scheme. Gorgeous interior. Yep, I'm liking that. I think it's a 54. Another old Holiday. Holiday. That's nice. Great colour, great interior. Yes. 6 Chevy, obviously we picked up a year. That's a nice old school paint scheme, just as it would have come out of the factory, but a little shinier probably. 56 Nomad.
Even if you're not a station wagon guy, I don't care. That's gorgeous.
That Nomad is probably the best looking wagon that they, and I'm going to say they, I mean all of the big three. That is probably the nicest looking wagon made. Lincoln? What are those? I think they're a Lincoln Mark 5, something like that they were. Again, very custom. Full custom interior.
Sure whether that was factory. Really don't know. It's a difficult little piece. I'm going to say that's custom because that would be very difficult to manufacture en mass, not mass production.
Studebaker. Yeah. I think that's a President. Studebaker President. Let's see if we can find any giveaway badges. Neat kind of factory colour scheme. No, okay, I was wrong. Golden Hawk. That'd be a fairly late 50s, I would say. Maybe 58 or 9. DeSoto. This is a gorgeous colour scheme. Really like that colour scheme. It's absolutely gorgeous. Factory style interior. With that fabric. Oh, hey, look at this. We try and reach over without touching anything. We've got a record player there. DeSoto Fireflight. That is. I mean, look at the height of the windshield. I'm going to say that that's stock. I believe. I don't think that's chopped. But look how low it is. It doesn't need chopping. But this car's probably got the chrome wires. This car's probably got $30,000 or more spent on re-chroming. Just on chrome alone. I mean, there's just... And it's not the sort of chrome you could take to Billy Bob's chrome shop down the back alley. This needs to go to... This sort of chrome goes to advanced plating in places like that, high-end stuff. But yeah, you'd drop 30 grand easy on chrome. Right there. Power Flight. Plymouth Belvedere. It's interesting. I find these cars interesting. Like this yellow and white one is not too dissimilar to the DeSoto beside it. But at the same time, that DeSoto is night and day nicer. The differences, the windshields look the same. Some of the general dimensions are very close. But the DeSoto just leaves the Plymouth for dead as far as looks go. Ooh, that one's got a bit of an oil leak. Didn't expect to see that here. I think the owner won't be happy when he sees that. Right, last row, guys. Last row. If you're still with me, good on you. I appreciate you hanging in and watching. 55 Sunliner, Fairlane Sunliner, Continental kit. And Thunderbird, 56, 57. This is nice. This is nice. 57 Fairlane 500. Reed. Can't go wrong with Reed, can you? These are all like high-level restorations. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here, but if you look, like nothing here is old. Nothing here is not new. That's the rubbers, the felts, the fuzzies. Yeah, all the rubbers around the vent windows. Everything is like new. Just high-end, high-detail restorations. I doubt there's many cars in this place under 6 figures. Honestly, there'll be a few, very few. A veritable 57 Chevy convertible. Yeah, another nice colour scheme. It just works lovely with that two-tone interior. It just screams 50s. Yeah, another forward-looking Mopar. Another DeSoto. Again, that's 57 or 8. Original style interior. A little bit nicer shape than Marge. But yeah, her day will come. Is that actually the exhaust? I'm not sure. No, exhaust are down there. I wondered if that was like some of the caddies had the exhaust coming through the bumper like that. I think it's meant to look like that a little, or at least like the exits for the jet engines from that, you know, that jet era look they were going for. Another, almost, I think it is identical, one blue one next to it. And then if you get bored with the yellow one and blue one, we got an orange one. Slightly different. Oh, that's a Chrysler. That's not a DeSoto. So we've got a couple of DeSotos, a couple of Chryslers. I like this blue. The two-tone. That's pretty sexy. Wow. And look at that, a Chrysler. Let me try and show you this. It's got the little 300 stamped into the door panels. Oh, another record player. What colour would you call this? It's like a salmon colour, isn't it? Very nice. An Imperial. Sure. The faux Continental kit built into the deck lid. Not sure on the year of this one. I think it's 57, 8 or 9. I don't tell you that much, but it's... Yeah, the interior is a bit... I mean, it's great. It's awesome wcondition, but the colour is... wouldn't have been my first pick for a black car. But that's a nice car. I'll bet you there's a 392 Hemi in that. I'll bet you anything. Yeah, what is this? Oh, I don't recognise. What do we got? A dual gear. This is probably one of those ones that Chrysler sent off to Italy to get them. I think this is one of those custom bodied ones. This is going to be a super rare car. Super, super rare car. I think it's a Chrysler based product. You know, that had an Italian, they had the Italians build the bodies, so. Farina or something like that, I think it was. But it could be this Carrozzeria Gear Torino. Yeah. The shifter is, the gear shifter's, shall we say, minimalistic. Nothing else minimalistic about it, but the shifter is. This is Belvedere. It's going to be a 57, I believe, with a lot of green. Yeah, the first pack of colour schemes, but no, a gorgeous car nonetheless. Absolutely nonetheless. Dodge Coronet. That's a nice colour, I like that. That's the cool pastel colours of the 50s. Lincoln beside it. I think that's a Lincoln. Yeah, this is a pretty rare car. They've figured out if he only has one of a particular car in this collection, that means it's pretty rare. If anything that's only just a quite rare, he's got 2 or 3 or 4 of. Lincoln Premier. It's got to have some bizarre cubic inched Y block in it, or Y block derivative. Don't tell anyone, but this is basically a Ford, and it's, as you might expect. Hey, gotta have a laugh. Now, 58. Cadillac Barretts, I think. Got the little fins on the back. These were very, very rare also. And again, just the one of them. Yeah. She's a Barretts. Oh, guys, believe it or not, we're actually running out of cars. But, whew, what a collection, huh? What a collection. Now, there's a Pontiac Star Chief. 50, yeah, it's going to be a 57, I think. Oh, we've almost come to the end of the battery in the old GoPro as well, so I'm sure there's cars here that you guys would have wanted me to spend a bit more time with, depending which was your favourite. But hopefully we'll get the opportunity to come out this place again in the future. I can pick out a few of my personal favourites and we can spend a bit more time with them. Oldsmobile 98. Steve will love that. And that's an Oldsmobile 98. It's a little bit older than his one. 57 again, I think. And what is this one? This is another Oldsmobile. But I'm not sure what model. This may be the 88. Not 100% sure. But my knowledge on cars was a little bit stronger than it actually is when you see this many unusual models. It's you start to realise that there's quite a few cars out there I haven't actually seen. Now, this obviously is a favourite of mine, 57 Buick. I know that's a 57 because I've got a 57. It's not even close to as nice as this, and it's not a convertible, but it is a two-door hardtop. That's the Roadmaster. Now, the Roadmaster's depicted by the fact that it's got these chrome strips here. That's unique to the Roadmaster. And on the hardtop, that went up, actually over the glass on the back window and up over the roof as well. But yeah, this was their top of the line. But yeah, the dash is pretty much identical to my one, but again, that nicer condition. It has the 4 portholes, which is distinctive to the higher spec model. You'll see the one here. This is also a 57 Buick, but that is a special. And that has the 3 portholes. The whole car is a little bit narrow and has a slightly different treatment here on the rear quarter. If you cut across to this one, it's a little bit smoother flowing through here. And this one just a slightly different treatment. It has the ridges in the trunk lid, but doesn't have the chrome to go over them. But yeah, this is the special. And I'll take a frontal view and see if you can actually, how much it stands. First time I've had a special and a Subaru Roadmaster side by side. But see if we can get it close. This 57 Buick is about 4 inches wider than this 57 Buick. I don't know whether you can actually pick that up on camera. I can see it with the naked eye here. The hood is narrow. Most of that 4 inches is removed from the hood itself. It's such a narrow hood. Same front fender at the front, with slightly different length with the portholes and stuff. But yeah, this is a narrower part, especially with the economy line, shall we say. And this is one of these little Mercer Smiths, I think. Oh no, it's a BMW, beg your pardon. BMW Fretta? Something, 300. That's the whole front opens up. I'd love to be able to open the door and show you that, but I imagine some security guard will come running over if I lay hands on it and eject me from the building, so we don't need that. Yeah, guys, well that really is it. And again, fabulous complex. Oh, this is some of his business ventures, Copart. Yeah. So that's it, guys. That was my Saturday morning. Well, part of it. So, hope you enjoyed it. I know I really enjoyed it. I wish I had longer here, but I got other things I got to do, and I'm going to make an effort to come back out here one of these days. I just need to wangle myself an invitation, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, you have a good one, and see you on the next video. Take care.